Super Bowl champion and two-time Pro Bowler Kevin Carter has seamlessly transitioned from dominating on the field to excelling behind the microphone as a respected voice in sports broadcasting. Our media team had the extraordinary privilege of visiting CBS Headquarters in New York City to interview Mr. Carter, who shared his journey from professional athlete to professional sports analyst, offering invaluable lessons about perseverance, teamwork, and the importance of finding purpose beyond the game. We'd like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Carter and the entire CBS Sports team for welcoming us into their world and empowering us with this unforgettable experience.
Obviously, you won the Super Bowl in 2000. My parents actually happened to be at that game.
They're Titans fans, yeah.
How was that experience, and what was your favorite part about being in the NFL?
That was a magical, surreal experience that was, one of those things that means more as you get further away from it. To have everyone on the same page, committed to winning is a beautiful thing. On the NFL team, it's hard to create that real team environment. And Coach Dick Vermeil came in 3 years to the day, and he said, in 3 years, we'll be world champs. 3 years later, we were in Atlanta, we were world champs. So the most special part about that is the experience that I have with my teammates and with my family. A lot of guys play a long time in the NFL and they never get a chance to win one of these.
That's awesome.
Thankful for that.
Now you're doing broadcasting. So how has broadcasting changed your view of football?
The one thing about broadcasting is it makes you appreciate how much of a fan you are of the game, because you see the game changing through time. I get to basically study and put a magnifying glass on the different idiosyncrasies and talent and coaches and players that transfer and everything else. And I'm really blessed to have had two careers that are really just storybook amazing and thankful. It's cool just to talk ball with other professionals and also be able to be in a position to relay that to the people at home.
With your interview about 2 years ago with Tyler Nielsen, you mentioned something that you grew up with a stutter and your mom helped you with that. In what ways did she push you through that and help you get better?
My mom was a special lady, God rest her soul. My mom told me at the time, my mom was a praying woman, and she told me that God was preparing me to be a great man someday. But in order to prepare you, you have to, just like there's an old gospel song, have you been tried by the fire? How can you be a testimony? How can you be a living witness? How can you bear witness for all that is magnificent and wonderful about God if you've never been tested, if you've never gone through hardship, if you've never persevered, if you don't know what it's like to lean on an understanding that's not yours? God makes you, he proves you through time, and he tempers you to be able to be that vessel. And at the time, when I was a kid, I had so much to say and I wanted to get it all out. And my mom really helped me to breathe, take a minute. And she's like, if you want to be one of those people that people listen to, then you've got to be able to communicate. She's like, God's making you a great man, but you got to have an instrument. You got to be able to move people. And there's so much about me you guys don't know. Like my freshman year in high school, I didn't even make my football team. Okay, I was in marching band, had a late growth spurt. I was a late bloomer. No one who knew me when I was 14 or 15 would ever think that I would go play 14 years in the NFL. But that's also part of that tempering process that you talked about God. And so she helped me. And so it's funny, it's ironic. But if you have a relationship with God, you know that there's a lot of irony, being that I had a bad stammer and stutter, couldn't get a word out when I was 5, but now here I am on national television broadcasting for a living.
Yes, sir. That is awesome. So anybody that wants to play college football or potentially even NFL football, what advice would you have for them?
Personal excellence. Be the best you can be in everything you do. Learn how to get the best performance out of yourself. Learn to basically try and manufacture everything that your hands touch is greatness. If someone wants to play college football or pro football, I tell them, learn to master yourself. You learn to master yourself, then you can learn to master your environment. And that's what it takes to even have a chance at that lightning in a bottle and being the best you can be.
Thank you for everything. We've really enjoyed this experience. The studio's absolutely beautiful.
Anytime.
Yes, sir.